Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today back in our Fortnite video. And in today's video, I want to share with you guys the one thing that you guys should change in your settings that is going to help you be much more consistent and allow you to hit way more shots here in this season. So if you guys are interested in improving your accuracy, definitely stay at the end of the video because this one tip is very important. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. If you guys would like to participate in the next giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamertag, PSN gamertag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered. If you guys would like to support them in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom right, click on support a creator, type in my creator code, which is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And lastly, I'm super excited to announce my new merch. You guys can find it in the link in the description or the pinned comment if you guys are interested. Definitely get a long sleeve t-shirt or a hoodie if you guys like it. And with that being said, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best settings to use to improve your aim, and as well the number one thing I think that everyone should do if they are looking to be much more accurate here in this season. So as far as the settings that I have a 1.6 building with a 1.7 editing and a 44% for my horizontal and vertical. So getting back to the number one thing that I think that most players, the reason why they're not as consistent as they want to be with their accuracy, they're missing way too many shots. And the number one reason for that is they're playing on too high of a sensitivity, because a lot of the times when it comes to sensitivity, I feel like there's a pretty decent range in which you can play on, but I feel like a lot of the times there's just so many players that play on a higher sensitivity than you would ever need to play on. So I would think like the max that you even really need to play on would be like a 48 to 50%. Now I know a lot of people play on higher sensitivities than that. I think it's very different if you play an exponential, but as far as linear settings, you really shouldn't be anything higher than like a 48 to 50%. I feel like with this sensitivity here, you can more than fast turn around if someone were to be right behind you, and it's not going to cause you to be too slow by any means. So I don't think you should be on any higher than like a 48 or 50%. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of players aren't as consistent as they should be, is they're just having too high of a sensitivity. So when they're in gunfights, or they're just going for flick shots with their shotgun, they're just overcorrecting. They're kind of just shooting too far over. It's just hard for them to lock onto players consistently. You know, of course they have the time to time where they hit a really good flick shot, but it's not consistent. And if you're not building the consistency, you're not going to be able to win games over and over again. You're going to get a couple of lucky shots here and there. So if you want to build your consistency, I highly recommend trying out the sensitivity that I have. And to lower your sensitivity, if you're on linear, my recommendation, I wouldn't be anything higher than like a 48 or 50% tops. I think anything higher than that is a little overkill, and you don't need anything higher than that by any means. And same with building editing. I think that your building editing sensitivity really varies depending on the horizontal and vertical sensitivity you have. But as you can see here, I'm still able to build and edit just fine. I don't feel sluggish by any means. I don't feel slow. I'm able to edit and build as I normally would. As you can see here, I'm doing just my normal builds. I'm still able to do them just fine. I don't feel like slow or sluggish by any means. But of course, everyone has their different preferences. So maybe if you want just a little bit faster of building and editing, you can raise it up 1 to 2 points. But the big idea here is you want to find the lowest possible sensitivity you can play on that still allows you to do all the builds and edits that you normally do. And as well, you're still able to turn around if someone were to shoot you in the back. You're still able to turn around decently quick, to the point where it's not too slow. If someone like jumps over to the side, you're still able to track them. So the idea is to play on the lowest possible sensitivity that you can while still being able to build and edit and hit your shots. And I feel like with ADS, I feel like the lowest you can go is a 9%. I like in between 9, 10, and 11%. Anything below a 9%, I find it difficult to track players when they're jumping, which actually, it was more when they had bounce pads and launch pads, but with those not in the game, you could honestly play on like an 8% if you really wanted to. But I think a 9% and a 10% or just 9 and 9 is really great as well. And I think having a look damping time is another great thing that you can use to help boost your aim. I highly recommend for everyone to use it. This one, I have a 0.17 for these settings, but having it on say like a 0.08 all the way up to like 0.2 can be really good. Just have to find what works the best and you're the most comfortable with. But raising your look damping time up a little bit as well can be a really great way to improve your accuracy and allow you to hit more shots that you otherwise would not have. And then playing on as low dead zones as you can is really important, because playing on low dead zones, meaning your controller is going to feel more responsive and everything's going to feel a lot snappier. So playing on low dead zones as well is going to be important if you are looking to improve your accuracy, hit more shots, and ultimately win more games. So these are all the sensitivities that I have, and the big idea is playing on the lowest possible sensitivity that you can while still being able to turn around and track players without too much difficulty. Of course, if someone throws an impulse grenade down, you're not really going to be able to track them in the air. That's pretty much expected. You wouldn't really be able to track them anyway. Even if you played on a really high sensitivity, you probably would miss your shots either way. So playing on a lower sensitivity for the majority of players is going to allow them to be much more accurate than before. And I feel like that's the #1 reason why so many players could be really great as far as their aim, but they just fall behind simply because they're playing on a higher sensitivity than they would ever need to play on. And it's just kind of unnecessary. Also, I do like having the generic. I think some of you guys are saying if you play on a console, you can't change it. But if you do have this option, playing on generic is really helpful. It's just a personal preference. It doesn't actually have any sort of advantages to it. It just feels a little bit different as far as the inputs. So if you can play on generic, I highly recommend it. It's just a feel and a preference. But if you don't like it, then you can just play on whatever controller platform feels the most comfortable. So like I said, those are all the settings and sensitivities that I have. Now, of course, all of that is just preference. I really like the settings I just gave. I think they're going to be some of the best for hitting your shots. But if you feel like a 44% is just a little bit too slow, then of course you can raise it up to like a 45, 46, 47. But I feel like just from playing in the game, you don't need anything higher than like a 48 or at max 50%. Anything higher than like a 50% on linear is really just overkill, and you're never going to need that high of a sensitivity unless you're trying to do like a trick shot or something. But in that case, then you just put it up to 100 or whatever you want to play on. But if you want to hit more shots, you should have no reason to go over 50%. Just seems a little bit overkill, and it's just going to cause you to miss more shots than you need. So definitely try out the sensitivity that I had in this video, make the slight adjustments to it that you feel are necessary, and that's pretty much all I have to say. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys do drop a like. If you guys found it helpful, make sure you guys do subscribe if you guys are not already to the channel. Also, hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single time I upload a new video. And as well, I do live stream here on this channel at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys haven't already, hit that notification bell so you guys will get notified for when I live stream here on this channel. But with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.